What's going on, YouTube? It's Laquon, the only Laquon you ever gonna see in this complexion. Like that. I'm doing a little video, give y'all a rundown of my experience of basic training, help anybody who's going to United States Army basic training get a little prepared. So we're gonna take you back to October 15th, 2013, Fort Jackson, South Carolina. 1st Platoon, Echo 134, always forward hook. Shout out to all my battles. Shout out to Drill Sergeant Jackson, Drill Sergeant Santiago, Drill Sergeant Manning. I spent a lot of money on stuff that I did not need to go to basic training. I don't know about y'all, but I was broke. That's why I was joining the Army. That'll be another video. Anyway, I worked real hard to save up money to get ready for basic training when I ain't even get to use none of the stuff that I purchased to go to basic training, i.e. PT shoes, stuff to stay warm, tank tops, stuff like that, whatever the case may be, right? So when I got from MEPS in Raleigh to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, we went straight into reception. We got settled with our barracks, got, the shower, latrine, that's what it's called, latrine. Got our little soldier books with, all the knowledge that you need to know off the bat. We had to be able to recite this stuff. That same night, I learned the Army song, the Soldier's Creed, a bunch of different little facts about the United States Army that you need to know verbatim. So I sat in reception for about a week, going through getting shots, medical evaluations, getting your uniforms, getting all your equipment, getting set up, getting ready to go to basic training. I was there for about a week. They had this stuff called the holdovers, which is people who wasn't ready to go to basic training yet. Some of them was, they was hurting. They was there for a little while for whatever reason. Everybody's different. But anyway, after about a week, my drill sergeants came and picked me up. I feel like they drove us around the same block for like an hour because they made us put our heads in our bags and we couldn't look out the window. They didn't want us to be familiar with where we were. It's an institutionalizing thing. You know what I mean? They want to have your mind, body, and soul in their grasp. So they got this thing called a shark attack. They start beating on the doors, boom, 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 before you even get off the bus. They try to shake you up. My stupid ass, y'all can see I got a big head. It ain't little. I'm sitting next to the window. I got my head in a bag because I'm doing what I was told. All of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. I flinched so hard I hit my damn head on the window. I was disoriented for a second. Then a drill sergeant jumped on the bus. We had to get off the bus with 3 or 4 duffel bags full of stuff. And we was all sprinting to where our drill pad or marching pad, right below our barracks was. It was 4 platoons of 60 people, so that's like 120 people. We all running, people dropping their bags, people in your way. It's very hectic. My last name Doremus, so they was calling me Doritos because I was a little fat. You know what I'm saying? My first day at basic training was terrible. We got combos on your duffel bag because all this property and equipment that they've given you, people like to acquire things. United States Army, it's not called stealing, they call it acquiring. So if you leave your weapon somewhere and you ain't taking care of it, somebody's gonna acquire your weapon and you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. We were doing layouts. You're gonna do a whole lot of layouts in the Army, by the way, so get used to it. We're doing layouts and I forgot my combo for my lock. So the whole platoon doing layouts. I'm the only one still standing there. What the fuck? You know what I mean? They going hard on me because I forgot my combo. My head is so scrambled, I can't even remember my phone number probably. So they had to go get the cutters for the lock, and I had to do my stuff separate from everybody else. After that, we went upstairs to the barracks, so we tried for about 20 minutes. They kept dropping us like every 3 feet we take trying to get up the stairs. 60 people trying to get up a narrow stairwell with a bunch of bags and stuff. I'm talking about we all laying on top of each other. Down, up. They don't count push-ups. They say down and they say up. The smallest things become Physical training, PT. That's something else you need to get used to. Physical training is going to happen whether you like it or not. So we trying to get up these stairs every 5 seconds. Like every 5 steps you take, they tell you, get down, get down. You laying on top of somebody, somebody laying on top of you. You trying to do push-ups. It's terrible. They take us up in the bay, and the bay is like a rectangular room with 60 bunk beds around the edge of the room, and in the middle of the room is a rectangle with tape. That's called the kill zone. You can't walk in the kill zone if you're not a drill sergeant. That's no man's land. They catch you in the kill zone, they gonna have you their way. You know what I mean? So they got us all toes on the line, taking our cell phones from us, getting us familiar with the paperwork, us signing over any kind of papers that we had to sign and stuff like that. Then they commenced to physically training us. 60 guys running around the edge of a room. I think we were running around that room for like 30, 45 minutes. I seen the walls sweating. That was the first time I ever experienced anything like that. They got this thing called dress right dress. We went back downstairs and they was teaching us the commands and things like that. And they go, dress right, dress. So the preparatory command is dress right. The executive command is dress. So they'll say dress right. And a couple dumb guys, yeah, do some push-ups. You do push-ups for everything. You know what I mean? They do. Physical training becomes like a part of your life. So you learn to take command and you learn to be in unison as a group. It took us about a week to get in unison as far as calling cadence and marching. They teach you all of that stuff, but everything is a learning experience because they go hard. They don't take it easy on you. Now, when they had us doing dress right dress, you would think that a simple thing like this right here, you could probably do that for an hour. Wrong. After like 20 minutes, I was like this. I didn't even have my arm up in the air, man. I was tired, man. It's very physically demanding. You're gonna feel like you're barely eating. But they're gonna make sure you fed though. You're gonna get up real early in the morning, go do PT. Then you're gonna go eat, and then you're gonna go on about your day. Whatever they have to schedule, you'll be lucky to go to the DFAC, which is a dining facility. One thing about the DFAC, you're gonna see them old ladies working in the DFAC. They're gonna look disgusting, undesirable women. Give about 4 or 5 weeks, and Miss Shirley give you that look. You be like, you gonna be in your feelings about Miss Shirley. Yeah, undesirable. We'll see after 4 or 5 weeks. We'll see how you feel about it then. It was nice to get into the routine of things. On the first day, my experience, I think it was the second day, we went to Victory Forge, which was a 4-story tower that you have to rappel off of. So if you afraid of heights, you in big trouble. I'm afraid of heights, so I had to get on my hands and knees and climb up this tower in a circle like a staircase all the way up. I just didn't look at the floor, man, because I knew it was gonna be a wrap. So we had one person that I saw reject Victory Tower. It wasn't good for her. As soon as she said no, like all the drill sergeants got on her. I think she was mopping floors for like 3 or 4 months. She was no longer gonna be in the Army. She was just there, doing doing anything they had her doing, mopping outside, all kinds of craziness. You use your imagination. The United States Army knows how to break you, and they will break you. I seen her sitting around crying a lot because supposedly she had a baby or she missed her family or something or another, but she messed up when she rejected them. You do not say no to a drill sergeant. You do what you're told. It was nice to meet people from different places of the world. It was nice to get perspectives of other people, things like that. Basic training was a very humbling experience. I think personally that everybody who, when you get out of high school, if you're not going to college for something on a scholarship, going to start a business, or you already got a job lined up, I think you should go do at least one enlistment in the United States Army, because it's going to take you away from where you're from. It's going to brainwash you. It's going to start you over. It's going to make you be an adult and make you be responsible if you do the right thing, and you'll grow up real fast. It was very beneficial for me because I came from the streets. I'm from the hood, so it was nice to be a part of something that had structure. I knew where I was going to be, what I was going to be doing, how I was going to be doing it, and where I was going to be doing it. I actually would have did a whole enlistment in basic training if I could have. I would have did it over and over and over and over and over. I had a good time, shooting weapons, ruck marching everywhere. Ruck marching, you're going to do a whole lot of that. I don't know if they still do that now, though. I think our rucksacks were probably like 40, 50 pounds, maybe more on your back. You walk everywhere, unless it's like really, really far and they don't got time for us to walk, you're going to be ruck marching. And, it's going to be a good time. For me, it was a good time. You'll be pulling security a lot, eating in the field, eating MREs, using the bathroom in Porta Johns, real hot, sweaty, trying to use the bathroom, if you know what I mean. The number 2. It's a lot of stuff, but it's really nice to get used to. You get to see, all walks of life, and your drill sergeants are the ones that I had were like really smart individuals. They know how to get in your mind and get you right. You know what I mean? It was a very humbling experience. Now, the reason why I said back to buying things that I wasn't able to use is the first day of reception, they gave us a card, and the card had like $250 on it. That's like the first $250 that you make in the military. They take you right to the PX, which is the shopping express. You go in there and you buy everything you need, from deodorant to razors to socks to PT shoes, everything that you're gonna need for to get through basic training. You're gonna buy it all off that card. So I bought all that stuff, took it to basic training with me, and it sat in a property room for like 9 weeks. By the time I saw it, I was like, it was like a flashback. I was like, I remember that bag. That bag's familiar. You know what I mean? All this brand new stuff that I done bought that I can't use, but it came. I was able to use it in the AIT and so on and so forth. AIT is advanced individual training. That's what you do after basic training. You go to train and test in your MOS. Basic training was a very good experience for me. I think it will be very, very good for anybody to go through, just to see your mental toughness. A lot of stuff happened in basic training that was not good. We had people selling pills. We had people having intercourse in the laundry room, getting caught. There's all kinds of ways to get in trouble. But if you want to actually go do something with your life, and that's something that you want to be a part of, it's very good. Another aspect of basic training was church. So I'm not really like an emotional person or whatever the case may be. But at that point in time in my life, I was married. I had been married for about 5 years, and I had one daughter. I went to church to cry because for some reason or another, that religious music, man, I don't know if it was because I hadn't heard music in so long, but it touched me. The music got to me. I let them tears flow. You know what I mean? Because it's a part of us, man. You gotta let it out. If not, you're gonna be walking around upset. You get I don't know what the shot's called. I think it's called a peanut butter shot or something like that. But basically, your genitals are no good for 8 to 9 weeks. Mine didn't work. Mine didn't work until 8 weeks, I think. Yeah, that's another part of it too, so that you don't got to worry about trying to masturbate or have intercourse or anything like that. I didn't, because I was in a bay full of 60 guys. Like, what am I gonna be masturbating about? You know what I mean? Especially when you got somebody sleeping above you, next to you. Nah. Now, we did have a couple guys who did stuff like that, but they got dealt with for that. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a lot of weird people you're gonna meet. When I say weird, I mean weird. But that's another part of adversity. You gotta learn how to navigate through, being around 60 other people that's not you. You know what I mean? They're all from different walks of life and things like that. And if you're smart, you'll get some perspective and you'll get to know these people. Don't be antisocial. Pine oil, you're gonna get real used to pine oil. I don't know about basic training now, but we did a whole lot of cleaning in mine. We will wake up and clean before we went to PT in the morning, because the drill sergeant don't play that. They do not play that. Another aspect of basic training is securing your things. If you leave the bay and your stuff is not secured, it will be tore up when you come back. The second day of basic training, I call myself a comedian. Drill Sergeant Jackson was like little Bow Wow in the movie Like Mike when he had the plaits and stuff. Drill Sergeant Santiago was Puerto Rican, but I called him a Mexican that looked like Raiden. Drill Sergeant Manning, he just a short white dude who looked like he was from Texas, and he was. So the second day when we went to Victory Tower, I ended up writing a letter. Before Victory Tower, I wrote a letter home, and I was making fun of my drill sergeants and just basically telling my then wife what was going on. Well, when we went to Victory Tower that day and came back, I didn't secure my stuff. So my notebook was wide open on my bed with all my face wash squeezed onto the notebook. They read that letter. You know what I mean? Now, it's just funny because, I forgot all about the letter, but like week 8, Drill Sergeant Santiago had got upset with us. And if you ever call a Puerto Rican or Mexican, you'll see what's up when you do it, or vice versa. So this was the second day of basic. It's week 8. We made him mad. I'm not a Mexican. And everybody's like, where did that come from? And I'm like, he ain't forget about that. It was hilarious to me inside, but not at the moment because he was like really upset. That's another thing. You'll learn to check yourself. You'll get to learn who you are, amongst other individuals, because we did events like, I forgot what it's called, but it's like the big Q-tips and you got a helmet and boom, boom, boom. Team building events, and you get to see who's got a backbone and who doesn't. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people who look like they got a backbone. They don't. It's a lot of real small Asian females. 40 out of 40. She's a sniper. She don't hardly talk. She don't get along with nobody. It'd be the little small Hispanic females. They bout that life. You know what I mean? So looks can be deceiving. You get to learn all these things. With that being said, basic training was a very humbling experience for me. And it also got me to realize how blessed I am to be in this country and have the things that I have, because you don't know what you got till it's gone. With that being said, it's Laquon. The only Laquon you ever gonna see in this complexion. That's my take on basic training at Fort Jackson, Relaxing Jackson, South Carolina, United States Army, Echo 134, always for life. Peace and love. Y'all take care.